Hey, first up, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube videos. So, this is something that's been quite a step and leap for me to do, and I really appreciate your support. So, here we go. Today, I actually want to talk to you about cars, and you're probably thinking, what in the world does emotional mastery techniques have to do with cars? Let me tell you a little story. So, I am a huge Lamborghini fan, and there's a reason why. I'm about to tell you why. So, the little Lamborghini was driving Ferraris once upon a time, but he found that within the world of Ferrari's engine and gearbox, there were upgrades to be made, and he did that, and hence the world of the Aventador and so forth was born. Why is this important for you to know? So, at any given time that we're doing this thing called our human experience, there are many parts of us that are at play. So, what if a part of you is still in the, infantry stage of being like a Datsun, no offense to the Datsun, but let's just say it's something that was developed very early on in the car scene, and then you perhaps progress to being like a Mazda, and again, advance in technology moves forward, and then you progress again to become like a Ferrari, but then you progressed again and then decided to be more like a Tesla, and then you progressed again and decided to, from the Ferrari upgrade to the Lamborghini. I want you to relate the parts or the cars or the vehicle themselves, because you yourself are the vehicle. And I want you to think about that in terms of different identities and different personalities and different traits of yourself that you've had as you've gone from the stages of, 0 to adolescence to young adulthood and so forth, because this is where it's really important to become aware that these parts within you, from all of these personalities or cars, so to speak. I've just used cars as a metaphor because it's easy for you to understand and see within your mind's eye that within us we always have multi identities and multi parts at play. But here's the thing, okay, so you are one vehicle, you are one person, there is one Margaret and there is one of you. And here's the thing, if there's one of you, but then there's a Datsun trying to, play out its Datsun life, and then there's a Mazda trying to play out its Mazda life, and then there's a Tesla, and there's a Ferrari, and there's a Lamborghini, what do you think happened to this one person, you, that's trying to drive towards the direction and, in alignment with what it is that you want to create? Your telos, your highest purpose. What happens when there's all these parts of you that at different stages within your life you developed and adopted and became are trying to do the one thing all at the same time? It becomes absolute chaos and conflict, right? So think about it. I want you to imagine just for a moment what it would be like to try and basically have one car, you, and 99 drivers turning the steering wheel in completely different directions. Do you think that that would create some sort of inner conflict? And I can tell you right now that through the identity shifts and through the development from infantry up until, all the stages that we go through as we change identities and personalities within life, some of those things are carried through. And that's where I find a lot of people suffer massive conflict. This is something that I can help you with, and it doesn't take a long time. So you don't need to, go into a situation where you're telling adult stories for weeks, months, or years. This is something we can solve really, really quickly. I want you to become aware of that, and I use the analogy and metaphor of cars because when you start to realize that all those parts and all those cars can be merged into being one vehicle, you, the operating system that allows you to have this human experience as one person versus multi, life becomes magical, life becomes easy, life becomes simple. And so the purpose and intention of emotional mastery techniques is exactly that, to help you transform, because we all started as a Datsun or maybe like a, Centura, who knows what cars. Maybe we all started as like horse and carriage once upon a time. Funny, horse. Anyway, it's really important for you to know that the integration of all those cards and all those parts of you play a huge factor into whether you have a life with the meaning that you actually enjoy, or whether you're experiencing life with conflict that is causing chaos, not only in your personal life but also in your professional life. So something to keep in mind. And if you have experienced this, I think we all have, as we shift from being child to adolescent to adult to careers, and do this human experience, we've all had identity shifts. But what if the blockers are your attachment to the meaning of the path that you had at different intervals of your life, and now it's causing chaos in every area? I've personally gone through this, personally transformed through this, personally integrated through this. So I want to share with you that it's really, really simple if you have someone like me who can facilitate that and help you take the step that you want to, in order to imagine, create, and play a life that you love and embody, thinking with your heart, because that's what it all comes down to. So thank you for being with me on this video, and I look forward to taking you on a little journey in the next one. Bye for now.